Hi everyone, welcome back. Another night of baling here. Got some more silage going on. The weather just is not cooperating for dry hay at all. Just hasn't been warm enough, hasn't been dry enough long enough. So we're just keep chipping away at the silage a little bit at a time. So again, we just have a small chunk right now that we're doing tonight. I don't know, maybe 15 bale. We've got some more down for tomorrow night. Been a little frustrating tonight. When I showed up, my father-in-law had the baler all bound up pretty bad. I mean, you guys saw it in my previous video. It happens. He had it pretty bad though. So we got that unclogged, and then in the middle of baling I had to go get fuel because the one hill I had to go up was so steep. And tank, even though I probably had at least a quarter tank in it, but so steep that the gauge was reading 0 as I was going uphill, and with the baler and who knows how much of a bale in the back, I didn't want to run out of fuel. That could end badly. So it went fueled up. We were having connection issues with the bale monitor on the battery. The battery broke, so it's not having a tight connection around the battery. So that actually probably explains why the other night I couldn't get this thing started again, because it wasn't drawn from both batteries. So we were down a few minutes trying to deal with that, and we somehow got it jammed on there where it works. But it's not ideal. It'll be fixed at some point. So these are just the little things that happen in the course of the day that it all adds up in time. On top of the hill here. I've got a phone clip now, so I'm not holding the phone and moving all around. I'll have to swivel it around so you guys can see what all I'm doing here in a little bit. But coming up on Memorial Day weekend, the weathermen can't decide on what they want to do for weather. Friday and Saturday. Friday's supposed to be rainy. Saturday, maybe a chance of rain. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday's looking good at this point, but we're still not quite a week out. We're 5 days out from that, and they like to change the forecast on us. So we'll see. We're hoping to do dry hay, of course. So when it gets up there in the 80 degrees or so, certainly can do that. Get 2-3 days, you can get a lot done. So until then, it's just chipping away at the silage. What we're doing, rather than doing whole fields, is we're doing what my father-in-law calls opening them up. So imagine you just kind of cut it up and slice it up. So we do a few rounds around the outside. We do a couple in the middle, and it kind of just leaves you inner pieces. So then, when we're doing this as silage, when we go to do dry, we'll mow those inner pieces. And then when you get to the end of your fields and you're turning around, you're not turning around on hay that you just mowed over, and you're not crushing it in the ground and things like that. So it makes it nicer when you go to do those other areas, rather than just mowing the whole field down and you're constantly driving over and turning around on what you already cut. Whether it makes a difference, probably not much, but it's just kind of what we do. It also makes it nice because you can mow and bale first your areas where you're going to lay out your bales. That way, you've got a common area to go up and place them. especially, you know, we live in the hills of Pennsylvania, so you can't just lay them anywhere. And that's something you got to think about. Like even tonight, I'm very mindful of where I'm at on the bale and where I'm going in the field, and taking a guess at where I'm going to finish, because I can't end up in the middle of a bunch of windrows and a full bale on a hillside. Then you either keep driving and you get your bale oversized, or you drop it and it rolls away from you. So I've got to be a little more mindful out here. You can see I'm bouncing around a lot. Nothing's straight, nothing's even out here. We're not like the Midwest farmers that, you know, their field is a mile long and flat as can be, and biggest speed bump, or biggest hills a speed bump at McDonald's. Now we got them everywhere around here. So otherwise things seem to be going better now. I've got a few bales now in a row that haven't had an issue, which is good. Had my son with me. He had to go for a potty break with his pap. Well, it's just me right now. So I had to have my buddy along. Groundhog hole. Thank groundhogs. Yeah, so hopefully I can get some more clips for you guys of where I'm driving and what's going on. Yeah, pap. Yeah, he's wrapping the bales back there. What tractor are we driving? The big John Deere? We're almost done with the top here. Down there. So if you all can see that field kind of across the ways there that I'm pointing towards, you can see how we opened that up, maybe amongst all the trees. You can see there's a couple passes down the center, and then it's split into like chunks of 3 or 4 horizontally on the hill. There's also a slip that happened a few years ago. We had a really, really wet spring. I'm trying to remember, probably 3 or 4 years ago now. And the land just slid. It slid quite a few feet, and it left like a 3 or 4 foot drop at the top. So we'd mow around that so that we don't drive over it. That would be very unfortunate and do some equipment harm and potentially personnel harm. So we stay away from that. Well, guys, it's getting dark. We're going to keep bailing, but I'm going to sign on. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know what questions you guys have. I'd love to answer them. A lot of info to all this stuff that obviously takes quite a few videos to show what we're